Hello, everyone. It's Stacy from It's All Education, and I have a special guest here with me, a person that I love truly with my heart because she is an angel. She is a God-sent woman, and she's also a business person and a successful, knowledgeable business person, and she's going to help bring some knowledge to the forefront for us today in the series that we are doing called Financial Literacy. And in dealing with financial literacy, we want to approach creating wealth. And whether it's generationally or not, we want to discuss ways to build wealth in the BIPOC community and beyond. So without further ado, I would like to introduce April Dorn of New York Life. April, welcome. I don't have sound effects, but welcome.
Thank you so much, Stacey.
I am so glad to have you here with us today. One of the first things, April, I wanted to address or have you address for the audience is tell us a little bit, first of all, tell us a little bit about you and why it is you're doing this and what it is you do with New York Life and what you're going to be bringing to us as far as information.
Thank you so much. I am April Dorn, and I am a financial service professional. I have been in the industry since 1998. I represent currently New York Life Insurance Company. So I am of New York Life, and I have represented previous carriers such as Colonial Penn, Nationwide, G Auto Insurance, Trustway Insurance Company. I have been in the industry since 1998, first licensed. And at the time, I was actually a single parent when I was first licensed in 98.
Okay, many of us know that single parent life.
I know, and it was actually a time frame where I was working in commission-based only positions, and I was raising children. I'll be honest, it wasn't easy being that single parent, and I needed some stability. So I felt like I needed to know every 2 weeks that I had a paycheck coming in, and I was not able to continue to work commission-based only. So I entered into corporate America to have paycheck every 2 weeks, benefits for my children and myself. And I've been in the industry for about 15, 20 years, where I worked for Pinellas County School Board. I have been a case manager for Pinellas County Social Services. I also have represented a nonprofit organization for 10 years as a case manager, where I work with the senior population.
All right.
I love people. I love people, and
it shows.
Anything I could do to help others. I have been through a lot, I'll say, but I feel I am very strong. And when I say strong, I mean, it's not what you go through, it's how you come out of it. Because 10 of us can go through the same thing, but we may not come out of the same way.
That's right.
So I thank God for what I've gone through and how I have, how He has been able to align me to come out of everything I've been through and still have joy, still have passion for what I currently do. And it's helping others. It's actually providing some educational tools and resources to our community. I lost my mom in 1990. I was 21 years old. I had a 1-year-old.
Oh my goodness.
And only child. I was an only child. Mm-hmm. And I'll say it was it was a devastating time. I'll be honest. I feel like now I've always said if I could get through the loss,
right,
I could get through anything in life.
That's right.
But it was a very, very devastating time in my life.
Now, was that the catalyst that caused you to move forward into the next part of your life?
Well, I'll be honest. I started in 98. in this industry. My mom passed away in 90, but I always wanted to be in the industry of educating. My mom was an educator. She was actually a teacher.
Okay.
And she had been in the industry about 30 years herself. And to be honest, I thought I was going to walk in her footsteps as being a teacher. And after actually kind of seeing some of her paychecks back then, I'm like, wow, teachers do not make any money.
Right.
So we have, but they are and should be the highest paid profession, I feel.
Yes, they should be.
She had a passion. So it was not about the money for her. It was her passion to educate. Mm-hmm. Fast forwarding, not knowing I would still be in this arena, but I'm educating our people.
That's right.
Building wealth.
Building wealth.
In our community.
All right. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that building wealth. Let's talk about that and what that looks like, because many of us are struggling just to get by on a day-to-day basis. Many of us are living paycheck to paycheck. So, when you start talking things like building wealth, a lot of people will brush us off and say, listen, I'm doing everything I can to survive and make ends meet. I'm never going to be in a place of wealth to be wealthy and consider myself wealthy. So how do we translate that for someone who's coming from that standpoint to say that everyone can be on the path towards building wealth?
Well, what I know now, I'll be honest, if I would have known in my 20s, I could have had things set up so much different for myself and also my family. So the education, the tools, the resources, I just want to give back. I would like to be a resource to help bridge the wealth gap in our community.
All right.
And by doing so, we have to be open-minded. We have to have conversations. We have to sit down and ask questions, because a lot of what we do not know is because of what we have not actually been taught.
Right.
They do not actually give us this information in school.
Right.
Our parents, they had this information and they thought they were doing the right thing. Our parents, our grandparents, and they looked at the wealth building part of it as just having a plan for a burial or final expense.
Right.
So it's so much more to it. So much more to it.
That's right. Well, we're going to cover some of those things today, right?
Right.
Okay.
And life insurance is not just a death benefit.
Well, many of us only think about life insurance as like, it's just going to put me in the ground and I don't need to worry about that. But we know that life insurance is a vehicle that does more beyond a person's life as well. It does more to protect the people that you leave behind, right?
Correct.
All right.
Life insurance actually can protect your earnings protection. It can help with retirement, education, additional income stream. It can provide multi-generational wealth. In our community, I'll be honest, life insurance is actually a plan where we should have in place if we're looking to leave a legacy. This is the only tool we could, use to leave behind for generations and generations to come, and be able to provide what we may not be able to provide just working day to day, on providing to our children and our families, just working hard, and it's, it's hard. It's not easy, and it has not been easy, for our community. But we work hard, we show up, and we do our best. But if you're looking for a way to leave a generational wealth or leave a legacy for generations to come, life insurance is a tool to provide this for you.
That's right.
And it's not just for a death benefit. It's more to college planning and funding. It's a mortgage protection. It's a retirement planning and vehicle and tool for retirement, long-term care protection. All of these avenues are ways that we could use life insurance to make sure that our portfolio is in order and we do not have to deplete our assets for the different ways of providing for our family. Life insurance is love insurance. So it depends on, how much love you have for your family is what you have in place.
Now, I like that. I like that. Now, you just said something right there. Life insurance is love assurance, right? Is it love assurance? You're assured of my love in the actions that I take beyond the time that I'm spending with you. Even when I'm no longer with you, you are still able to see the acts of love that I'm leaving behind. You are assured in the fact that I love you, and I've demonstrated it with those things. I love that. I love that. That's a nugget I'm going to take with me. All right, April, well, tell us a little bit about what types of vehicles, as far as what types of options people have when it comes to choosing life insurance. Because I know I myself, for one, I can, just look at a policy and say, okay, $10,000, that's enough, but I know from past experience, when we buried a family member of mine, my grandmother, for instance, that even that amount, while it seems, a lot, seems like a lot to me right now, once you actually get into the planning stages of all that's involved in just saying goodbye, just the services themselves, the casket itself and the opening of the grave and all those minor details or minute details, and then whatever bills were left that needed to be paid as well, then that 10,000 was not enough. It certainly was not enough. So how do we go about determining what we actually need to have enough in that instance?
Well, actually, you can look at your salary, and you would actually look at your age and look at your retirement age as well.
Okay.
And you would actually subtract your retirement age. So whatever retirement age you would like to retire, you would subtract your age. So for example, if you are say 25 and you're looking to retire at 65, you would take 40 years to retirement. You would multiply it by your annual salary, and this could give you a number of what you will need to replace your income.
And that's just a baseline, right? That's just a place to start.
Correct.
Okay. But if you have mortgages on top of that, or you have multiple children that you want to send to college, and you have other plans that you need to take care of or to ensure upon, your demise, what else would you need to consider and put into that base figure?
Well, you would look at your mortgage. If you have a mortgage, survivor needs, basically what would be needed afterwards to continue the lifestyle that your children or your family, your husband, spouse would actually need to continue the lifestyle that they were used to having, even if you were still around. The financial part of it is actually to provide the income replacement as if you were still in the household providing financially. And then your children could continue to live the lifestyle that they are accustomed to. Now, you can also include your mortgage, college funding if children are, of young age and they are looking to attend college. You will continue to provide all of this part of your plan, face amount to include, so they could continue everything that they had planned to have or continue to have going forward as if you were still providing. So mortgage protection would be one, college funding would be another. Anything else, if you have a charitable giving that you wanted to give to a charity. Also, if you're paying off, maybe a car, or just even paying off other debt that you may have that you're going to be leaving behind. Because, once someone passes away, it could really uproot the family. So once the income is not in the household and the other party, say they're not able to continue paying for the mortgage payment on their own, or if the children are in ballet, or if they're going to in ballerina school or gymnastics or whatever, they want to continue to be able to enjoy, life the same. You don't want to have to take them out of their comfort zone, moving from, one home to another, or having to change schools because, you're not able to continue the rent or the mortgage payment because of the lack of income. So you want to have enough to continue the lifestyle that you have already had in place for your family.
That is exactly what, a person should be thinking of when they think about protecting their family and taking care of their family beyond their time. And something I think people don't often think of is being able to leave enough funds that your family would be able to create investments for the future. A lot of times we don't start businesses because we lack capital. We lack access to capital or resources that allow us the funds or the monies to be able to start a business or be able to invest and make investment opportunities. So this is yet another way to give your family the ability to be able to do those things. Right?
Correct.
Right.
Putting plans in place. $1 million policy. I know earlier you mentioned 10,000. 10,000 is really just for it's really not even for a final expense anymore. You're really gonna pay more, for a casket and plot.
And we want somebody to come sing at the funeral, come sing.
So much more,
right.
So much more. So
that's right.
In order to leave a legacy, we should be taking out like $1 million policies.
At the least, right?
At the least. And
right.
I know, numbers, a lot of times when I meet with my clients and we do the math, they think those numbers are high, 750,000, $1 million, 2 million, but you are your largest asset. Your income is your largest asset. So you have to replace it. I mean, it's just like, buying a car, and say you're driving a Mercedes,
and you're thinking about your life in terms of a lifetime. When you're looking at these numbers, I think we get overwhelmed with these numbers because these numbers represent to us something that is unattainable, or something that, that we've never seen, or that is hard for us to understand. And that's what I'm trying to do with It's All Education, is to bring about a change in mindset, a change in our ability to be open-minded and to see that those types of numbers and those types of dollars are totally possible in our community when we take the steps to make those things happen. And this, having insurance, having love assurance is just one of those types of ways that we can provide for the next generation. And I think all of us who are parents, all of us who have responsibility of some young person, I think we all look to their futures and we want to set them up or put them in a position where they have a better opportunity for the future than even we had. So in doing that, I think this is yet another way to accomplish exactly that, to give the next generation a head start. And you have to be mindful that while that number seems like a lot to you today, with inflation and the cost of everything rising, it won't be a lot tomorrow. And we're talking many tomorrows down the line. But if you're going to replace yourself, your life as a whole, on a dollar figure and a dollar amount, even a billion is not enough. You know what I'm saying? But $1 billion would certainly be a start to your legacy, a start to multi-generational wealth. Thank you, April. I think we have provided some good foundational information. I want to leave it here for the people because I want them to know that we're going to be coming back. This is not the end of the conversation for us, because we're going to dive deep and we're going to show them how they can make this happen. But what I want to do now is just take a break, let them know, let the audience know how they can reach out to you. They can always contact me, Stacey Allen, here at the podcast. It's All Education, or they can go to my website through Achievers Preparatory Academy at www.myprepacademy.com. But I want them to know how to reach April directly. So can you tell us how to reach you directly? Provide a phone number, a website. Tell us how we can reach out to you.
Yes, you can reach me directly. My phone number is actually 727-641-8662. My email address is Dorn, DORN, at ft.newyorklife.com. My website is www.newyorklife.com/agent/A Dorn.
Okay, I'm going to repeat that phone number for anyone who may have missed it. So if you missed it the first time, you had a few moments, run out, grab a piece of paper, get you a notepad, write it, type it into your phone right now, because here that number comes again. That number was area code 727-641-8662. Is that right, April? I'm going to give that number one more time. It's 727-641-8662. And that is to contact April Dorn with New York Life. If you want to know more about how you can give your family some love assurance and how you can start changing your mindset and start thinking about multi-generational wealth and start doing that now and start setting up the future now, we want you to reach out to her, or contact us here, contact me here, Stacey Allen at It's All Education, the podcast, or you can go straight to my website, it's alleducation.com, or you can go to the Achievers Preparatory Academy website at myprepacademy.com. April, I want to thank you for coming on with us today. And I just want to let the audience know that we are going to continue our collaboration together, bringing information. We're going to try to do this on a weekly basis. I don't know how often we're actually going to be getting recordings out, but we're definitely going to try to get together on a weekly basis. And in late July, early August, I want everyone to look out for advertisements or information about the virtual financial literacy summit that Achievers Prep and It's All Education is going to be bringing, because we're going to have others that are also in your field who also share your opinions and your perceptions about how to create generational wealth. And they are also in the insurance, in the love assurance industry. And they want to come on as well. And they are going to provide some of their personal experiences and some of their viewpoints. And they're going to give the people options, because we need options. But at the end of the day, what we need is to change our mindset and to be open to receive the information that gets us where we need to be. Right?
Yes.
So, April, I want to say thank you, 1,000 times. Thank you for coming on with me today, taking time out of your day to do what it is you do best, and that's love on people and help people. And I'm so glad to have met you. I'm so blessed to have been in your presence today and to call you my friend. So thank you.
Thank you for having me today, Stacey.
All right, we will end it right here. Remember, at the end of the day, it's all education. And I believe that the human experience is our classroom and life is our teacher. So as long as we are open to receive information and receive knowledge, then we can gain the wisdom we need to take our lives to the next level. Just remember, at the end of the day, it's all education. Thank you. Bye.